said,
Right.
we are not going to cut anything out.
Yeah.
We don't edit any of the shows, and we leave everything intact. That's why you have Mike Cardena's show,
Yeah.
an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, that one kind of got away from us. I forgot to set a timer.
But that's great, though. I mean,
Because it was a good conversation. I didn't want it to stop, and then we realized, I think we're like a little over an hour. No, dude, we're almost 2 hours in. Like, that was bad. But going back to what we were talking about, the things that we've learned from people and the stuff that we get from even each other.
Right, exactly.
Has helped me grow in so many aspects of my training, and because my training and my everyday life kind of go hand in hand.
Well, as it should.
And I think
because
so too.
now that you're trying to live a certain way, especially in the martial arts world, you have to maintain that throughout. It isn't something you just do only when you go to the dojo, or to the gym or wherever you're at.
Well, you're never going to advance if it's only done in the dojo.
Right.
You're not going to get to those heights of these people that we talked about.
And I feel that a lot of the cool stuff that you find, you only find when you're practicing on your own. Without the noise of the other students or the teachers
and no other influence but whatever goes on in here.
Yeah, and you're sitting there shadowboxing in your living room going, oh, this is what he meant. And I found stuff like that. I find stuff like that all the time because I'll recall what Danny or you have said, and I'll say, how does that work? And then I work as I got it. I'll show off next week. Right? Hey, look what I can do now.
Now let's train.
Yeah, come here. I want to smack you in the head. I got an idea. But that's what happens when you. We always say, when you're in class, you're going to learn stuff.
Right.
But when you're out of class, you're going to practice your stuff. And that's why I always find the best stuff when I'm practicing it at the house.
A thought just occurred to me actually as I'm listening to you here about how we learn in class but we practice out in the real world. That's a template for any sort of advancement in anything that anyone will ever do.
Yeah, and it's not solely to martial arts.
No. If you want to become a good basketball player, you go to class, you do your practices, but you have to keep working on things after that.
Yeah.
If you want to become a good psychologist, a good doctor, anything that you want to accomplish in life, whether you just want to be a better version of yourself.
Right. So that brings to mind this, right? We always say, when you hear somebody says, oh, I've been doing martial arts for 10 years, 15 years, and then what do we say? How many hours?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, those 10 or 15 years
it's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Right? Because of how much actual time you put in to your craft.
And a lot of that, it goes back to that point that you were saying, it can't just be in the gym, it can't just be in the dojo. People equate, I go to class this many hours. Yeah. Well, what do you do after that? Oh, I do the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Well, why aren't you doing this stuff too?
Yeah.
Because then it's just those 2
hours that you're getting.
So really, you go to class 4 times a week.
If that.
Right. You go, maybe 4 times a month.
Right.
That's still only 8 hours. Yeah. It's 1 day a month that you actually do any real training.
Yeah, real training. So 1 day out of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, but you go twice a month. Oh, I've been doing it for 10 years. And you go twice a month to class. You don't train any other time. It's an hour and a half. That doesn't equate to a lot of time. Yeah, you're 10 years versus somebody who's consistently training day after day. Whether it's just 15 minutes, that's 15 more minutes. Or even just
the thought process of thinking about the moves and the techniques that were given and the lesson just in your head. That's still training to me. That's training to Danny. It's like, hey, if you can't do anything physical while you're driving,
do the mental.
Think about, do the mental classes. And that's why we get to where we are, and it surprises me that I'll hear people who say 10, 15 years and really it's not that at all.
No, it doesn't. It's not a good benchmark to really.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. Now, once you start thinking about it, like, okay, you've done for how long? Let's break it down. No, that's about 2 weeks, dude. 10 years, 2 weeks, you're slacking. You're slacking.
Something is wrong.
Yeah, even me, as I started counting for, because that got into my head early on, so I'm counting, okay, I've done this many hours, I've done this much training. So I think I'm somewhere between 2,500 and 300 hours between class hours and my personal training.
Right.
And that's conservative. I'm actually thinking it might be a lot more than that because of these conversations.
Well, in like you said, our life has become entwined
Yes.
into the martial arts world that we do. All right, it's all part of it. They coexist in everything that we do throughout the day, and even at night. Like when you drive, you become a defensive driver because you understand the things that happen.
Spacing, timing, all these ideas and concepts.
And those things are constantly in your head.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're training a lot more outside of the dojo than we let on, you know. And people don't realize that. Once you start equating that and you start realizing,
you start making the connections.
I still have a long ways to go.
Exactly. Danny's big thing is like, have you ever thought about opening a door? What do you mean, Danny? Well, when you grab the knob, you turn. What is that? Oh, that's a lock. Oh, that's Perry Place. Now you're opening doors. Now even just opening the door becomes a training module for you to understand your simple movements that you do.
It's the old Karate Kid stuff.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off,
wax
right?
on,
right?
wax off.
But, you know, as corny and as cheesy as that sounds,
right,
it actually plays a big part in the martial arts world.
It works.
Yes.
That's the thing, is that it works. Under the right mindset, those things really do work. It's not just something that Hollywood came up with for the sake of, this is cool, we're going to teach somebody who knows nothing. Because I'm a guy who know nothing about martial arts when I started this 6.5, almost 7 years ago.
Right. Yeah, you're right, because the way even when we teach stuff, it's kind of like that, isn't it? We talk about, take the stick away. Yeah. We're teaching you the motion. We're not teaching you to swing the stick. We're teaching the motion behind that stick.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, now I can put whatever I want. Oh, it's a knife.
Right.
A pair of glasses. Same exact thing.
Cell phone, doesn't matter.
But that's what you're really learning.
Ironically, though, our students hit really, really hard with sticks.
Yes, I have felt that on my knuckles. Even from you.
Yeah, sometimes it's on purpose.
Oh, now the truth comes out.
Like you didn't know.
No.
I know you can tell when I do it on purpose and when it's an accident.
Oh, yeah, because I hit you right back right after.
Yeah, you do.
It's called retaliation. And I'll tell you, if you're going to hit me hard, expect to get hit hard back. With a little bit of bump.
Well, if our 25th episode showed anything, I have a pretty good threshold for pain.
Dude, I was impressed. I didn't know if you were going to survive the day or not.
Oh, God.
But to your credit, you did good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I had a lot of fun. I really did.
They even got to draw blood on you, so that was cool.
Somebody called it First Blood Goes to Mickey.
Mickey, you're a badass. I love it. I've come to find that if we stay on a steady course of what we're doing, we're going to open up so many cool things for the other people who are watching and who have been on the show. You know, like I said, I've had some of our guests come to me and say, hey, I just got a call from somebody who I hadn't heard from in a long time. This is so cool.
I love that.
Malia was like, oh, yeah, people get me on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. And like,
her numbers are still going up.
Yeah, and her shows. And oddly enough, Denise's numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the funny thing is like, hers is a 3-parter. And in the last part, it has 500 plus views as of right now.
A week ago.
And I can only credit that to the idea that at the very end of that episode or that part, we had the students from her school.
Do you think it's her students watching it over and over again?
Sure. I'm positive it's her students. and if you are the students, subscribe. I could use that 500 people on there. Jesus. I looked at it the other day. It's like 506. I'm like, the hell? On that one piece. Everything else is like it's 70.
Right.
And
No, those kids are great though. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of fun being thrown around by teenagers. I mean, me not having any experience in judo whatsoever.
But to see their eyes light up, to see you get knocked on your ass, it was like, oh look, I knocked this man down. You know, even if he is just some Mexican from Home Depot.
We're still going with that, huh? Okay. I appreciate it.
That's a forever thing. I think, like I said, you know, I think there's a thing for this that people are really enjoying and loving to hear about how some of their people that they look up to.
I know I am.
Yeah, right?
I'm enjoying the hell out of this.
I'm like, wow, that was some cool stories that we hear. I mean, we get it good because we're right there with them.
Right, and then and the crazy thing is that there's so much more, and like I'd love to invite some of these people back.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's 2021.
Yes,
definitely. We're gonna have some of these people back
because there's some stuff that I'm still curious about. There's a lot more I need to know about that jungle there, Harry. And what happened to his car?
Yeah. Oh, I loved that car. Yeah. Where did that go?
Oh my God, the way he described it, I fell in love with that car.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, and it's crazy too because like after you talk to these people, you know, after we've talked to them, the relationship we have after, right, and to go back and talk to them about other stuff now.
Yeah.
And you almost feel like part of their family.
Yeah.
Because of how much they let us in, and it's like, oh, we can call them. Hey, blah blah blah. You know, I mean, Mickey calls us like all the time now. Mickey. I do have a life, Mickey. No, I love him. But you know,
he's messing with you.
Yeah, but I love that though.
No, of course.
You know, it's cool to be recognized for not doing anything,
right?
Other than just sitting here and listening to their wonderful stories.
Yeah, because that's primarily what we do. We listen.
Yeah, you know, and it's so much fun because we've made a friend for life almost.
Yeah,
right?
I think
with each of these people.
I definitely think so.
They become a big part of what we do now.
Yeah,
we call on them all the time. You know, we have questions about something. Hey, Mickey, do you know this?
Mickey,
hey,
Green, Dennis.
Yeah.
You know, Bob. What do you guys think about this? Harry.
You know, but that's cool. Even somebody like Carlito, who after watching the 25th episode where you got banged up and knocked around, he says, hey, you know, Naeem's a badass. He's a real tough guy. Let him know I want to buy him a drink next time we hang out. I'm like,
I'm holding you to that next time I see you, Carlito. I'm getting that drink.
But yeah, let's go back and visit him. Let's go say hello just to say hi.
Carlito again.
You know, and it's one of those things where you start to really enjoy. I mean, I'm enjoying what we're doing. I love the idea that we can pick up and say, hey, do you feel like talking to us today?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of these people, I mean, I have not gotten a no. It's like, okay, when?
Yeah, when?
You know,
I'll do it.
Let's set up a date.
Right.
You know? And there's no place that we won't get to. I mean, you know,
we'll figure it out.
We're going to try to get out to Chicago, Detroit.
Ooh.
You know, and go talk to some guy over there and, you know, whatever else we can do. But, hey, we're willing to go wherever.
Oh, North Carolina, was it? No, Charlotte.
Yeah. If he's able, we're going to talk to Korea Doug. That would be a lot of fun. But, you know.
That's a busy guy.
And thankfully, we're able to do those things. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't have a budget, folks. We're just doing things out of sheer luck.
We're not even getting paid for this.
Yeah. and that's not even an issue, is it?
It really isn't. Like, I know we're all bummed out about COVID and whatnot, but
yeah,
it actually helped us out a lot. Like we've been getting a lot of positive things in our lives because of the time that now we have, and people having the time and getting so antsy in their houses, like, oh, I got to do something. Hey, there's this weird Filipino dude that wants to talk to you. I'll do it. Just to get out of the house.
Just to get out of the house. I know. I asked Mickey, hey, Mickey, we can come to your place. No, I'm going to come to you because I'm tired of being home. Like, okay, fair enough. Come on over.
So that it's been positive.
Yeah, it's been too much fun. You know, you got to appreciate the position we've been put in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is nothing that we ever thought we would be doing. But now I love it. I mean,
I really do. I want to continue doing it for as long as possible. Yeah. Just getting people out there and letting them see, you know, who they are. Because I think that's the more important part about what we show is that we show the person. We don't show their art. We don't show their lineage. We don't show whatever title they have. We show the person, and that's the guy or the girl that you want to know.
Yeah. It's the individual person that's within all the other stuff that's
right, going on. Right. All the other titles and this and that, which is great. They have wonderful resumes.
Yeah, and they earned it.
And they earned every bit of it. And actually, some of them earned a lot more, but they just never got the recognition for it. That's correct. Sad, but to see them still be so humble and willing to share, despite
it. You know, the generosity
of
all these people is amazing. I mean, You know, you have some guys walk up and say, hey, you guys want to do it? Like, all right,
yeah.
we're in.
Let's do it.
You know,
can you guys make it out of Vegas? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll get there. By hook or by crook. If we have to drive, we'll drive.
We'll drive.
If we can fly, we'll fly. but that's what I love about it, is that the fact that they're willing to take their time to listen to two strangers and just talk with us.
Yeah, just have a conversation.
Yeah, and really about nothing.
Yeah, I know.
How many times have we talked about a bunch of stuff, but there was nothing really.
Nothing was actually said. We never stayed on topic. We just bounced around from thing to thing, but it was so much fun. And rewatching it too is just as fun as.
Dude, it still makes me laugh every time.
Every time.
Every time when we were at Bob Gomez's place.
Yes.
And we talked about Lao.
Yeah, the chimes.
It is Lao's time, and he says we just went all over the place.
Oh, by the way, if you haven't watched Enter the Dragon,
yes,
shame on you.
Shame on you. Homework. Wait, that was actual dialogue from the show. The fact that we remember this is bad. How many times have we watched it?
A few, actually. A few.
Yeah, you know, and I think, you know, for these people who've been on our shows. You know, when I talk to them afterwards, and even after a while has passed by, and they still say, "Oh, that was a great time. I had fun." You know, I mean, like I said, I talked to Denise.
What more can you ask for?
I talked to Auntie Denise today, and she was like, "Yeah, that was a lot of fun." You know, it's not like she'd want to do it again. It was like, we're there. You know.
Oh, well, that reminds me, because talking about Auntie Denise, I definitely, in sometime in the future, I want to get an all-female panelist.
Yes, we did talk about that, and that is something that we will be working on.
Yes, we will.
But again, I want to make sure that we get those women on the show first.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we'll be reaching out to some of those folks.
And I wouldn't mind redoing Risa's.
I definitely want to get Risa back on the show, just because Danny was rude and interruptive.
In his defense, we did her conversation during a class at his house. So.
Yeah, so that was it wasn't
bad on us. It wasn't all on him.
Well, that's because we were young, stupid, and naive.
Yeah, 16, 20 episodes ago.
But yeah, we definitely got to get back on, and I think, you know, with what COVID has done, a lot of these people probably had time to reflect on the stuff that has been going on since then, right? Because we asked a lot of them, hey, what did COVID do to your classes?
Right.
And they're like, oh, well, we're doing this, we're doing that, and whatever else, and you know. But also, at the same time, since they're not as productive as they were before, that they've had to make up, you know, different things and have to do it a certain way. Guys are having to get on Zoom and all that. And
the challenge of that.
Every one of them has said, oh, Zoom, I hate Zoom. You know, and that's, you know, that's all part of what we're all going through.
Yeah, but those that can adapt, their classes are big on Zoom.
Yeah, they really are.
And they keep going, and that just goes to show the flexibility of the mind.
Right.
To take these, not old dogs, I'm not trying to talk down to anyone, but established people well into their habits, adapting to the change. And isn't that what you want in people?
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive. I mean, I remember at the end of Malia's show, what did she say? I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon.
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna get on Zoom. I'm gonna start doing Zoom classes. Cool.
Great.
You know, I mean, she was so, you know, like, yeah,